Hey guys, this market update. I think the trade is starting to get more and more obvious, right? Where Bitcoin is at its 200-week moving average, and you've got AI way above that. And so sometimes trades kind of start to jump out, and that's what's happening. Bitcoin has a growth rate, we all know that. Let's call it 30, 40% a year at this price. And Bitcoin is the underperforming asset. And that's when you buy it. That's when people that do buy it outperform because you're always looking a few years ahead. Look, SpaceX is a great company, but comparing SpaceX and Bitcoin, literally chalk and cheese. This SpaceX, right, is literally everything we hate about traditional finance, right? SpaceX and Bitcoin are about the same age, and you have SpaceX, which was private for like 15 years. The only people that could invest were people in the circles, rich people, right? People that knew who to get involved with, right? People that had their bankers who could ring them and get a private allocation. And then it comes to market at 2 trillion market cap, even though it makes a loss. Now, I know it's a growth company, so you're not really looking at potential profits, but rather revenues. This thing comes at a 2 trillion valuation on an IPO where only 5% of the float is tradable. This is a high, fully diluted valuation, low float shitcoin. That's what it is, right? I'm not talking about the company. Company, great company. The finance behind all of this is everything we despise. It's everything that Bitcoin was supposed to fix, right? 5% of the shares are free floating. That's what you can trade. 95% can't trade still. This is a high FDV shitcoin. Great company though. Anyway, if you bought the top 3 days ago, you're down 31% already, right? It's more volatile than Bitcoin. Look, great company. Hey, if it goes down 50%, maybe just buy it, right? This is everything we despise. This is everything we despise about finance. And Bitcoin just chugs away, chugs away. Guess what? There's only a few more percent of the Bitcoin network to actually enter circulation, and then there's no more. Bitcoin's at its 200-week moving average. No one cares about it. No one's buying it. The trade kind of is standing out, right? It's like, look, the Nasdaq's up 30+% in the last 12 months. Brilliant. So is that the trade to buy it there or Bitcoin at its 200-week? What is the better trade? It's pretty obvious, right? And so I think just over time, eventually the money comes back. And you're not seeing too much of a pump or anything in Bitcoin right now, but there's still a lot of IPOs to come. So there's still a lot of money has to go into that. But you're going to buy them at high FDVs, right? You can buy them at these crazy prices. Like, patience is a virtue. What one do you want to buy? The Nasdaq's going to go into a bear market at some point again. Right? These high FDV companies are going to be down 30 to 50%. SpaceX is already down 30%. So maybe just wait to buy them there. I think it's pretty obvious, right? If you look a few years ahead, you just buy things that are weak. This company lost almost an entire Bitcoin network in the last 4 days, right? So just know where we are. Like Bitcoin, it's just a 10x from here before you even start thinking, right, about anything else. And you're buying it at the 200 week. I think this is a better trade. If you trade Bitcoin, crypto, TradFi assets, you can trade them all on Bybit. If you're a new user to Bybit, click the link in the description, sign up, make a deposit, and they'll give you a deposit bonus to trade with. I get that Bitcoin has been the asset that everyone has chosen to sell or forget or to take shorts in. It's the perfect asset to do that. So your tech plays are just absolutely flying, right? And you definitely don't want to get rid of them. You want to hedge with Bitcoin. That's what it is in the short term. It's the perfect asset. It trades 24/7. Everything going on in Iran is just awful, right? So everyone's like, well, we need to balance out. We're doing so well in the Nasdaq. How can we, hedge some of that exposure? It's in Bitcoin, trades 24/7. That's fine. There is a divergence here between, what the Nasdaq has done and, Bitcoin has continued to collapse. So I think the trade is becoming way more obvious. Look, when the Nasdaq has a bull market, Bitcoin follows and then it just goes nuts, right? And we had a bear market here or a big drawdown, and it's the same with Bitcoin, right? And it just definitely underperforms there, right, in terms of the percentage. And then as we climb out for the Nasdaq, we have a climb for the Bitcoin, and then it's just crazy again, right? So we have outperformed. Now we're underperforming. Actually, what's happening is you had this drawdown because of the war, and obviously way bigger. Nasdaq starts to recover. Bitcoin actually just doesn't. I think that's a differential that some people are going to look at and say, hey, do you know what? It's actually a really good trade in Bitcoin right now. Look, we've had a great move in tech, great, but Bitcoin's probably going to have higher percentage ARR over the next 5 years than that, because we're at this bear market level right now, which is typically where it does outperform. So look, I think the trade is there. It's pretty obvious. Not going to zero. So just dollar cost average through this whole bear market, and you're going to be making very, very good forward returns. I think it's pretty simple, right? We can look at lines on charts and squiggles until the cows come home, right? But if you're actually investing, you have to believe in what you're buying genuinely, because you have to be able to buy it when everything goes tits up and it's at the 200-week moving average or below. And you have to still put money in there knowing that the price isn't going to go up from that buy. That's investing. Now, if you want to try and trade and time and everything else, that's like 1% of what you do. Why even bother on it? 99% is, do you actually believe in what you're buying? Like, do I believe in SpaceX when it was trading up there? And what a mess. What a total mess. 5% of the shares are trading. What a complete mess. I don't want to get anywhere near that. Now, do I think it's a great company? Sure. And if 70% of the shares are trading, maybe I can look at it. But the whole thing is just a farce, right? It's a clown show. Now, Bitcoin, I believe in it. And I believe in the NASDAQ, right? It's up a lot this year. You could buy it and you could sit in a 20% bear market for a while. But I believe the NASDAQ index is a great index full of great companies and they're going to go up over time. I believe that. Individual trades and everything are just not interesting to me. Bitcoin is completely collapsed, right? Everyone's just gone elsewhere, but I still believe in it. So I can still buy it here knowing that I probably won't make money in the next few weeks or months. And it's just going to lay about for a bit. But I believe that what Bitcoin represents is going to be desirable over time and it will come back. So that's why I buy it, right? Not because of some trade or some line that I've seen anywhere, right? Inflation expectations are coming down. The war is just kind of rotating out. Oil is flowing. So that's great news. And ultimately the game, right? The game is we have a military. We'll go around and beat everyone up and make sure that they sell their oil to us for free. We print paper, send it around, and they give us their oil. Now, oil, priced now, if you look at inflation adjusted, is basically trading, I mean, how far do you want to go back? It's basically free, right? That's the game here. You have a big military, you beat everyone up, oil is basically free, you send them the paper, that's it. That's the game, that's what's happened, again, right? The difference is, if you look at the American stock market, it's up thousands of percent. But oil, inflation adjusted, is down, 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 down. So that's the game. Print the money, force the assets up, get all the commodities for free, basically for free. Sometimes someone kicks up a fuss and commodities go woof because that's how they should be priced. And then the military comes out again and the commodities come down again. I've seen these cycles just over and over and over and over. The assets go up. That's why we need the US to go into Bitcoin as well. And it's flowing through Wall Street, but it's slow and steady. And I believe it's an American technology now, right? It's an American asset. That's great because they have the big military. So look, inflation expectations of commodities is coming down and eventually it will just rotate into money printing because that has to happen, right? And so the Fed is saying that they're going to look at the way that they measure inflation. And guess what? When you change the way you measure inflation, it never increases the rate of inflation, does it? They're going to measure it and they're going to say, well, look, we have to factor in AI and we think that they're going to come up with a new metric and it's going to be lower than what they're measuring now. Surprise. This is the game, so you just have to let it play out. NASDAQ and Bitcoin, job done. Break-evens falling off a cliff, good news. GPU rental index, look, I've seen some of it. A lot of companies are not doing that well right now. Like Microsoft is down below its 200-week moving average. No one talks about it though because it's not interesting. It's more interesting to create content about Bitcoin because more people are interested in it because it's genuinely interesting. So do you buy Microsoft at the 200-week? Probably, right? Lots of companies are like this actually. Cut through the noise. What's the best asset in the world? It's Bitcoin. 100%, right? It's absolutely. Because this is the antithesis of all of that nonsense that you get with SpaceX, and all of the media can only talk about SpaceX, and now it's trading at 2 trillion, but it doesn't make any money, right? And the bank's made hundreds of billions of dollars in fees. Bitcoin, right? Come on, let's go with Bitcoin, right? Let's take it to TradFi. Let's actually get our confidence back and our ambition back. because the whole industry is not ambitious anymore. The whole industry is, oh, I want to get 11.5% in STRC from strategy. What they do. Who cares? This thing should go 30x. Get your ambition back, right? Buy this thing, hold it, don't sell it to them, and get 30x. Let's overtake gold. Let's get our ambition back, right? At the 200 week, if you do buy Bitcoin or trade it, trade for assets, click the link in the description to Bybit, make a deposit. They'll give you a deposit bonus to trade with. If you don't like them, you can just take the money out as well. But great platform. Link in the description. I'm James, this is MoneyG. Cheers for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.